Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I am Ashley. I'm a homeschooling mom. We have 7 kiddos at home, ranging from 12 down to 1 year. So I hesitated to put these videos out so early, but because I had some others that I wanted to film and get out before this. But I have been seeing people and some friends and family talking about their gift ideas and what their kids want. So these videos that I'm going to put out are going to be age specific, and I'll tell you the gender, boy or girl. And what my kids have done is, and I mean, I've done it for the littles, but what my kids have done is kind of thought about general, just basic things, ideas that they can give out. Nothing specific. We have not received our Target catalog, our Amazon catalog, our Walmart catalog, none of that. These are things that they are interested in, things that they either play with or things that they do on a daily basis, to where it's not junk and it's not a waste of money and it's not something just to give that they're going to be tired of in an hour. These are things that we know, and I know that they are interested in and they enjoy doing, and it's their interests and their, passions for sports or whatnot. And so what we did, just on a side note, Santa brings all of the gifts for the kiddos. So we are hoping that this list will make it to Santa whenever we see Santa this year. So these are just things that I could also give to family members that are asking and requesting for some ideas. And like I said, these are none of these things are junk. They are things that they genuinely love to do. So even if these things aren't like specific to your kids, for example, the sports things that I'm going to mention, think about it in that aspect. What do they have a passion for? What do they love to do? What is something that they would be interested in doing and enjoy doing, and not just something to give for the sake of giving? So how I'm going to do this, I'm going to do all 7. Yeah, I typically do 2 videos a week, usually, unless my week is like crazy. And then sometimes I will do 1. But I'm going to do it in order, in age order, from my 12-year-old boy all the way down to my 1-year-old boy. And so the intro to this video that I'm recording right now will be at the beginning of every single one. So when I record each one of these, I'm just going to jump right in. But this first part will be the beginning of every single video. So you can just, fast forward through this if you've already seen these. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started, and I will jump right into the video. So stay tuned. All right, guys, we are at our last video. This is our number 7, kiddo number 7. He is a 1-year-old boy, just turned 1 in September. So this was probably my easiest one, and probably will be, I would think would be my least popular video out of all of these, because a 1-year-old, you can't really go wrong with, because they pretty much like anything. But I am going to list some things that my kiddo really enjoys playing with, so that, if you're just kind of scrounging for some ideas and can't think of anything and have exhausted all options and, oh yeah, I didn't think of that. These are things that he plays with, that I know he plays with, things that would be ideal for his age. Like I said, he's my number 7, so I've gone through this 7 times, so I kind of know now at this age, they pretty much, all 1-year-olds pretty much play with the same things. Okay, so play phone. I just mentioned that in my 2-year-old girls video. But the play phone, he loves sitting there and playing with the play phones and pressing the buttons, and especially the music. He'll actually sit there and listen to the ones that have the music and the sound and actually like bounce to it and interact with it, which is super cute at that age. So any little play phone, we have had quite a few over the years, and some I still have. There's a couple I still have from like my first and second kiddo. So we have quite a few. So, you know, you might have a whole bunch of these and say, I do not want to see any more toy phone ever again. But they are constantly coming up with new and improved toys. I think the first one we had was like an Elmo one, like that like flipped open, and it was like very, very simple. But at the time, my now 12-year-old really liked it. So anything that looks like a phone that, you know, he can press buttons and he can listen to the music, he loves to play with. Books that make noise. So same as my 2-year-old, any of those that he can press the buttons on the side. He loves like the feely, you know, books like with the fuzzy, you know, animals, anything that he can kind of feel with texture, he really likes. And he loves being read to. So any little kitty baby book. Also, if you know, you can always start like a tradition, which I actually started to do for birthdays, because I started thinking, you know, all the books that I grew up listening to, or, you know, had people read to me as a kid, and now my kids are reading that. And so I think it's real special to get them books. So I kind of started doing that for their birthdays, but it might be a good idea for Christmas also, to get the kids like a special Christmas book, age related. So, you know, they can have that and put their name in it, put the date, and they can keep it and then hold on to it. So any books, especially, you know, a nice Christmas book, you can't ever go wrong with those. Balls. So any kind of balls. He has now tried to kind of catch balls, you know, not like outside ones, but ones inside that he can just gently throw. Or push, not throw like he's won, but you know what I mean, kind of toss or push. And he tries to catch it if somebody throws it at him. So like, especially ones that make noise, like rattle. Any toys that play songs. So any that he can press buttons and it actually plays like a music. I have found that like he will press the button, and if it stops, like if it's running out of battery, he just kind of like sits there and waits for it to finish. So any that he can press that play music, he loves, loves, loves those toys. Onesies. So obviously he's not going to get too excited about onesies, but it would be a good time to stock up on those things, whether it's pajamas or, you know, cute holiday pajamas, or just clothes in general, just everyday clothes, because typically they have sales this time anyway. Target is about to have a sale on their clothes, apparel in a few days, and it is a great time to stock up on onesies. I have so many onesies and I go through so many onesies. So stocking up on clothes, and just like cute ones, splurge a little bit. Cute ones with the little animal feet, or, you know, anything like that. If you're going on a trip, I know when like we go out of town, if we're going to like specifically if we're going to like Rocky Mountain National Park, I will sometimes get an outfit, like a comfortable outfit, like a onesie with like mountains or deer, especially this time of year. You can get ones with like moose and, you know, mountains and winter and all that, and they can wear that on the trip. Themes, guys, themes. Poppets. So my 2-year-old loves poppets. All my kids love poppets. If I'm watching him, he can play with a poppet because he likes to chew on those things. So, you know, depending on where you get it from and how like safe it is, be very careful with that. But if I'm sitting there watching him, I will let him play the poppets. And if there's a poppet on the other side of the room, he is headed straight for it. Like it's crazy. And he will try and fight somebody for a poppet. So poppets, but be very careful. I would not leave them unattended with a poppet, but just keep in mind that those are fun for them to press. He does like pressing the poppets. Duplo Legos. He loves the Legos. Make sure that they're big enough. I don't even know if there's any that are like specifically 1-year-old labeled as 1-year-old. So it would have to be like the biggest Legos, and you would have to be watching them. But he does, if I'm watching him, he does like to play with those big Legos. And I'll like build it, you know, in front of him, and then he will either knock it down or try and take it apart, or, you know, things like that, that he can also play with our 2-year-old. He likes to do that. The two of them like to play that together. Moving toys, so things that move. He just recently got like a little crab on a string for his birthday. So like if you kind of like, it's like a walking crab, or the dogs that like have a little leash that you can like drag, that's like a rolling toy. He loves to try and like chase those. Any of those like moving toys, and that can also help with their crawling. I know he just recently kind of started crawling. He was doing army crawling for quite a while. And so he finally just started actually up on his knees crawling. And so he likes to, you know, actually chase it. And I think that actually helped the toy that he had, that he has, that is like the little moving crab, because he wanted to get to it. And so we would put it away, you know, just like when you're trying to teach him to crawl and you're making them reach for something. He would love that. He loves that. He loves trying to like chase those little toys. So any little toys that have the little string on it that you can move and that roll. Anything with remote. So we have some that like, you press a button and it'll move, like, not like a remote control car, but any of those that you can press the button and it makes it like move, like those balls that kind of roll around on their own, and that they can follow and chase and interact with, especially if it lights up or if it makes noise. That's a bonus too. We have a couple of those, a couple of the balls that do that. And then we have one that's like a little bumblebee that does that. And you turn the on switch and it literally like rolls around the room. And so he likes to play with that and try and get that. Mirror toys. He loves things where he can look at himself. So there are books like that too, that you can buy that have the mirror in there. Anything like that, any of the toys that they can see their own reflection, or that, I mean, it's so funny to like watch them interact with themselves in the mirror. So anything like that where they can see themselves, or they can, you know, you can put your face there, they can see you, a good choice for a 1-year-old. Teethers, always teethers, always, always, always. I like to put these, he still sleeps in his pack and play. So I'd like to get these and put them in his pack and play. Now, obviously, once he gets like a whole lot of teeth, I mean, he has quite a few, but not enough to like break through anything. They're mostly just like a few up front. So any of those teethers, and that keeps them kind of occupied, whether it's like the crib or their pack and play, you know, if you're traveling or in the car, anything like that, where they can just chew. I mean, obviously for teething purposes, but also just to keep them busy. And you can use one of those like pacifier clip holder things to keep it secure on your car seat, because that is the worst when we are traveling and they throw it out of their car seat and then it's on the floor and then it's dirty. So you can wrap it, if it's like a round teether with a little hole, you can wrap it in a pacifier clip holder and attach it to their car seat, and that way it will not leave their car seat. So teethers, and they're really easy to wash too. Car toys, so like one of the ones that you can put on the back of the seat, again, if you travel or if you just drive a lot, always keeps them occupied, because obviously he's still rear facing. And so I've had mirrors that I've used back there. I've had little things that make musical toys that I've used back there. I've had ones that like dangle. I've had ones that he can, you know, reach and play with and like pull. All different kinds, but a good idea because you can use it in multiple uses. Let's see. Oh, in like instrument toys that he can bang on. He loves to make noise, and he loves to like see everybody's reaction when he makes the noise. So like plates or cups, forks and bowls, anything like that, he loves to hit on things. And so anything like musical, like little drums that he can play on, or you know, little maraca things that he can make noise or hit onto things, any like musical toys that he can make noise and not like make a mess over. He loves, loves, loves anything that makes noise. And then finally, I have bath toys. Bath toys are good for all the kids that take baths, for the little kids. So when he takes a bath, he loves those toys and it keeps him occupied. the ones that stick on the side. I am not a fan of the crayon ones. Anything that marks, it messes up your grout. I hate it. Nobody ever get those things. Like, we tried it at our old house. The paint, the like marker ones or the crayon ones where you can, you know, color on the tub, and then it stained the grout. It was no fun. So I don't do any of that, but I do the ones that like, that stick. At some point you have to worry about mold and mildew like getting in there. That's why I'm not a huge fan of like the squeezing ones either. However, I do know that people sometimes put a hot glue and plug that hole so that you can still use the bath toys and you don't have to worry about it getting moldy or, you know, getting mildew in it. But I am a fan of the ones that just like the little styrofoam ones that just stick onto the side of the tub. So bath toys, you can get that for them and they will enjoy it, and your other kids will enjoy it too. So you like a 2-fer or a 3-fer or 4-fer in my case. Okay, so those are, I want to say, I think that was 15 also. I tried to keep most of them at most of the lists and most of the videos at about 15 items or 15 ideas for 1-year-old boy. Like I said, 1-year-olds, they're easy to buy because pretty much anything that gets their attention, they will play with. So if you have any questions about anything that I mentioned, let me know. If you have any other ideas, let me know. This is my last video for Christmas gift ideas. We have done 7. I have done 7 altogether. So this was my last one. If you have joined my channel since I've been putting these up, welcome. I hope you stick around. I do a lot of homeschool content, primarily large family content, primarily mom stuff, just a lot of different things. We are a homeschooling family that used to do public school, and so I can relate to a lot of people that are kind of making that transition now. And hopefully some of the videos that I put up regarding homeschooling, or I mean anything at all, will either inspire or will maybe make you feel like you're not alone in this journey. I started it primarily because of the homeschool switch that a lot of people are making from public school, and I feel like a lot of people can benefit from things that I share. So hopefully you will stick around. If you are new coming here, you know, because you've just watched one of the Christmas videos, take a look around and, you know, see if there's any other videos that interest you, or, you know, let me know down below if you are new. And if you have any questions about anything, do not hesitate to ask me, whether it's homeschool related or any of these Christmas videos. Let me know. I have my email down below also that you can contact me at as well. So I will see you guys on the next video, and thanks so much for watching. Take care.